Well, congratulations, another action film, this time with Classified.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was a blast to make. So much fun.
You always make these guilty pleasure films that we love watching on Friday and Saturday nights. But tell us what initially drew you that you wanted to direct Classified.
Yeah, no, there was the script floating around with Aaron Eckhart the text. So when I heard about it, and they asked me for it, it was such a honor to do because I'm such a Aaron Eckhart fan. And then I heard that they wanted to shoot it in Malta, so I jumped into it right away because I love Malta. It's a great place to shoot, and then working with Aaron would be a blast. So yeah, I jumped in right away, and then I think 7 weeks later we were shooting.
You've done so much action in films and television. How do you approach each project differently to keep yourself excited?
Yeah, no, on Classified, it was when I got the script, it was not that exciting yet because it was all taking place in a mansion and a factory and an office building. So it was not that exciting. So when I got the location, I started scouting. I saw all these amazing locations. So I basically rewrote together with the writer, rewrote the script into all these locations. And there were no, originally in the original script, there were no chases and boats and cars, and it doesn't exist. So I started rewriting that, putting in a location. And then because I've done it so many times, you understand what is possible. And when you shoot in a location like Malta, where the sky is the limit, I could have my imagination going wild and come up with these crazy sequences that I really could shoot there because they let us do it. When they see Aaron Eckhart running through the streets of Malta with Abigail and they're shooting at them, we are doing this for real, and the tourists are just there and they don't even know we're making a movie. So if you have a city like or like a town or like a country like Malta that lets you do these things, then yeah, you can go for it.
I'm actually surprised. I've been seeing a lot of action films being filmed at Malta. So Malta is actually encouraging these type of films. I mean, how do you lock in those locations so easily? Because the locations that you use in this film is so huge, so majestic.
Yes. No, it's like coming in with the right people, with the right crew, going at the right time. If they tell you, yeah, you can do a speedboat chase in the harbor, but you have to do it Monday morning at 7 o'clock, then you're going to do it Monday morning at 7 o'clock. So you kind of, the restrictions that there are not a lot in Malta, then you put them into the schedule. But I remember that I wanted to shoot at the harbor, the container harbor for the opening, but we also shoot in Malta. And that was tough because it was like it's an operational terminal that is really working 24 hours a day. So there were a lot of restrictions. So then you go there, you scout it. They tell us, okay, you can only film in this little corner. And I plead them to have a crane because I wanted Aaron to climb this crane and do a shoot from off the plane. So that was difficult. There was only one crane I was allowed to shoot. So then you accept that, okay, we'll use this crane. We only use this little area with the crew and with the trucks. And then you stay in that parameter, you follow the rules, and then you can do the impossible because we are shooting at a real live action harbor with everything going around in the background that doesn't know we are shooting a movie.
How do you pull off shooting on these locations and sets where I want to say the roads are narrow, the corners are very tight. I mean, you must either have a very good cinematographer or he's very small in the case.
Yes, no, in this case, I'm the cinematographer, and I operate the camera, and I'm not small, so yes, that's a challenge. No, just being smart, I DP all my movies and operate a camera. I shoot with 3, 4 cameras, and so when you have a real plan and you kind of know how to do it and put the cameras, then shooting in small places or show small areas, you just have to hang a drone above it, and then you shoot it with a drone, and then you need to have really good stunt drivers who can go into these small little areas and do that job. But yeah, no, and also I like to do it for real, right? Everything is in camera. There's no virtual stages, there's no void. It's Aaron Eckhart in a car with me in the back seat shooting and we're driving. That's how we make this movie.
Now I didn't know that before that you are the DP on film on your own films. What's the advantage of being your own DP as a director at the same time?
For me, it is one thought, right? Directing a movie, understanding the story, putting the actors in a blocking and in situation, and for me, using that camera to tell the story. For me, the camera is the third character in the scene. So framing the camera, which lenses, how the lighting is working, and then blocking the actors and choosing the location and editing. For me, it's all one thought. It's one process. I don't see it as a different discipline in my case. I never understand the principle of directors sitting on a chair watching television in Video Village. I don't understand that. For me, standing on sets, having the camera in my hands, feeling the energy of the actors. It's like if you want to make a painting, you need to hold the brush. And so that's what I'm doing.
Well said, well said. With these exotic locations, beautiful buildings and so on. I know you used a little bit of CG in that, but how do you not damage your locations, with bullet holes and explosions and so
Yes. No, it's by being smart again. And also, because we had these historical locations, and I don't like to use a lot of visual effects. So what we did, we brought in panels, like wooden panels with scripts, with special effects, bullet hits in it. And then you stick them in front of the real walls. And so we still have the building, but the wall that the actor stands for is something that we bring. And then we shoot the shit out of it and then we take the wall away and we didn't damage anything. And also with the explosions, we did a lot of explosions in these historical places, but you put like a metal plate underneath the explosion and you're not using real explosions, right? It's all compressed air with like dust and debris and cork. And that is what you blow up. And then in visual effects, you put a little flame inside. And but yeah, and that's so cool about Malta. They were not scared about it. They were like, okay, let's go for it. And then we did.
you're 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 so smart on this kind of stuff. That's why you've been doing this for a very long time. Now, to Aaron Eckhart himself, I've seen a lot of his film. He's like a bona fide action star at this point because he has done so many action movies too. So how do you direct someone who has so much experience in something like this already?
Yeah, no, it was a blast working with him because he takes his craft very seriously. So I had extensive rehearsals with him. And the rehearsals, every morning, a half day, I was rehearsing with him, going through the script. And this was all about character development. Why is he making this decision? What is his background? What is his relationship with Tim Roth's character? How did they become friends? So you're building in rehearsals these characters, and Aaron is an actor that takes that very seriously. So our discussions were very intense, very cool, very depthful. And then in the afternoon, Aaron would go to the stunt department and do rehearsals on the fighting and the shooting of the guns and everything else. So you work with an actor that understands emotion and drama and layers of a character, but also wants to do everything himself action wise. But also I I want to have the actors do everything. Aaron is driving the cars. Aaron is jumping out of the cars, shooting it. He shoots even the shot where we have the staircase and we have the silhouette fighting, where we only see silhouettes. Is Aaron is one of the guys shooting the gun, because that's what you want for an actor. And and Aaron is somebody who really likes that. He really loves doing that. I remember that a day too, he said that he never had so much fun for the last 10 years shooting a movie because he was like doing everything and was in his element.
Is that your usual preference is to have your lead star doing their own stunts in
Oh,
films like this?
yeah, always. That's always the stuff. We'll not do something very dangerous. When he's chasing the car, and just before the car turns really fast and the door's opening, that turn will do a stunt guy, because it's very technical and risky. But flying out of the car, it's Aaron. Doing all the gun battles, having all the scripts going off, even the big explosion somewhere at the end of the movie. I put so a lot of air cannons around him, and he's been on so many movie sets. He knows it's not gonna hurt him. So he's there reacting, and he's blasting all this stuff going around him. Yeah, no, you want that kind of actors, and I always do it on all my movies. The actors do their own stunts. Yeah, it's
Well,
crucial.
well, then let's talk about his counterpart, Abigail Breslin, in there because she doesn't do a lot of action films itself, and you seem to put her in as the opposite of Aaron Eckhart. So how do you approach someone like that? Because she has a quite an impressive resume of doing all different types of films.
Yeah, no, for her it was interesting because I wanted somebody like that, somebody who is the opposite, somebody who you never expect to be in an action movie, because she will bring something unique to the table, and her wit, her banter makes the movie give such a cool heart, warm heart. So putting her in those action sequences was challenging for her because, she never done it. It's out of her comfort zone. It's scary because it's really loud. And but she went for it, She dived into it. She grabbed the gun. She got scripts around her and ran around the city, and she loves it. And then still kept the emotion going, And still, when the camera's static and she's confessing who she really is to Aaron, the tears are there, the emotion is there. So I think she found the right way to passage through the action and keep the emotion going.
In films like this, are they challenging anymore for you since you've been doing action films for such a long time? I mean, like is classified you still face certain challenges?
Yeah, every day is a challenge on the movie set because my ambition is so high. And I know I'm doing like 100, slates a day, so shots a day. So it's every day is a challenge, but after the years, I have so much experience that it's easier for me to solve the problems or to get it in the right way. But I still enjoy it. I enjoy every second of it. For me, creating a world, standing on the set, and figuring out how we're going to do this moment in time in the story, and then framing the camera and seeing the world in a 2:3:5 framing. I love it. For me, it will never stop become boring. I love every second of it.
That is wonderful to hear. So, Roll, what's up next with you now after this project?
Oh no, I'm just in post production of another movie called Savage Hunt, but it's kind of a bear against nature kind of attack movie. And then we are developing some big movies in Europe, and what's going to be the next one the next year. So yeah, it's going well. It's going good. It's big stuff and small stuff. That's also what I like about my life. I can do the big TV series and I can do the small movies and everything in between.
That that is terrific, Rolf. Rolf, thank you very much for speaking to us about Classified. Like I said, this is a guilty pleasure movie. Action junkie film watchers will love this film, and that's what you actually targeted, and you hit the mark. So, Rolf, thank you very much for
Thank
speaking.
you.